Hello there everyone, and welcome to a new review. This is my first review of the new year, and I'm looking to have many more in the future. But today we're looking at something that's quite old, that many people may have forgotten, but something that I use constantly at my table shows to finish off my set. This is a wonderful product, and this is the Daredevil deck by Henry Evans. Let's roll the intro. Perfect, so you stuck around wondering what is the Daredevil deck. You may have even forgot this came out because I want to go out on a limb here and say this was probably 5 or 6 years old, maybe even more, but I'm not exactly sure with the exact date this came out. But this is a very, very old product, but I do want to make a review for it to kind of, put it out there for people that don't know about it, like new magicians or people that may have brushed it aside, because this really is an amazing product. Normally, in my recent videos, I've put performances, or I'm going to put videos in the corner of me performing it. But due to the fact that this is essentially a mark deck, there's not much I can perform for you guys to be like interactive. So this is basically the performance side. There is no performance for this effect. However, now that you know it's a mark deck, the main routine of the effect is as such. This is the marketed trick, the one that you can see on the trailers, the one that I do. I adjusted it to my style, but essentially you demonstrate that you're able to memorize a full deck of cards. You show that you're able to know the exact cards as they come by, but then you do say, okay, look, I don't want you to think that I can see anything or someone is telling me. So you're going to put on a blindfold, and blindfolded, you are able to tell the exact cards every single time with 100% accuracy. So that is the main routine. Of course, you can do other mark deck routines with this if you so wish, but that is the main routine, and I feel the one that makes the best use out of this deck. So now that you know what the product is, where do you buy it and how much is it? So you can buy this from Card Shark. That's where I got mine. And this is a refill pack because this is not the first time I've bought it. I've had numerous refills before. So this is a refill pack. The refill retails for $25. But if this is something new for you, the main pack that comes with the instructions and the deck is around $40 US. So the main package, so the deck plus the instructions is $40. If you only want the deck because you want to build your own routines or anything like that, it is just $25 for the entire deck. And that's essentially all I can say about the pricing and the different options that you have available to you. Now, I want to talk here a little bit about the mark deck itself before I get into the other parts of the review. I want to say that the markings here are incredibly big. Without my glasses, I'm not even able to read a normal mark deck. So any mark deck on the market, if you take off my glasses, I'm not able to read it. And that is 100% accurate. I've tried to do other routines, and I've even did a stage show where I wanted to do a mark deck effect, and I kept my glasses under the blindfold. So that's how much bigger the markings are on this, because I can take off my glasses, blindfold myself, and still be able to see the markings on the cards. They are that big. So keep in mind that without my own glasses, which I'm basically blind without, I'm able to read the markings of this deck with a blindfold on. However, I can't do it in total darkness, so I do need a little bit of light to help me out, but it's not much. So in this situation here with the lighting that I have, which is not the best, I would still be able to read the markings blindfolded and without my glasses. So keep that in mind. That's how big the markings are. Now, where would you perform this? So where would you perform this? In my opinion, this is best done as a table, as a closer, because this really is an impactful routine. I feel that doing this and just using it as a mark deck may get you caught out because the markings are incredibly obvious. So maybe for other people, they're not. If you just do a small routine in the hands, like let's say you do a small 2-card switch or anything like that, maybe people aren't going to notice because they're not really interested in the backs themselves. But in any other routine, I feel that if you use this too much, maybe people are going to start see the differences in the cards because, again, the markings are incredibly big. However, if you use this as a table, as a closer, I do think that this is really, really good. In the show where I use this, I use a Phoenix deck throughout the entire show. That deck is not gimmicked or marked in any way, shape, or form. And then when I do the last piece, I just ring this in, I do a deck switch, and this flies by because I've been using essentially this deck for the entire show, so people don't second guess it, and it flies by. So I would say that you use this at a table work, maybe as a closer. I wouldn't use this as a walk around piece. I wouldn't use this in restaurant work or anything like that. I would use this only in like professional venues. That's just my taste, but you can use this maybe if you so prefer in other settings if you so wish. What is the difficulty? The difficulty of the main routine, let me just tell you the main routine that you perform is basically 0 on 10. A beginner can do this. You can give this to your child, explain to him what he's supposed to do, and he will be able to do the routine 100% accurately, and he's gonna look like he's the next, card shark. So essentially, this is incredibly easy to do. Apart from that, this is also very well made. It's made on, as I said, it's made on Phoenix back. The packaging is, it comes in this little sleeve, so that's amazing because it protects your card box. So if you want to carry this around, I would just remove the Daredevil deck symbol because you don't want to pull that out because people are going to see that that's a marked deck. But you just take that out and place it in your pocket. But for storage, this is incredible because I keep it like this in my storage. So whenever I want to do the trick, I know exactly what deck it is. I pull it out and I do the effect, and it comes with a nice sleeve. So that's always a bonus. And apart from that, this is a much shorter review than most because there's not much to say about this. It's just a marked deck that you can read without your glasses while blindfolded. And that is really good. It's practical. It doesn't take much carrying space. So if you do something like me, where I just take one deck, a few coins, a Sharpie, this is not going to take much more space. I could put the whole show that I do with this deck in 2 jacket pockets. So it doesn't take much space. It's practical. It's well made. It's an incredible trick. It's very good. So that's pretty much all I have to say about the Daredevil deck. This is my closer for most of my shows. So in my case and in my opinion, I know opinions differ for everyone, but this is a solid 10 on 10 product. It is really that good due to the fact that I cannot see without my glasses. If I were able to see without my glasses, then maybe I would have used another deck or used something else because essentially you achieve the same things with other decks that you do with this one. But to the fact it lets me take off my glasses, it lets me blindfold myself and still do marked deck magic, this is a must for me and a must for everyone that has the same problem as me with eyesight. So that's essentially it. Thank you very much for watching. This is a much shorter review because there's not much to say because I don't want to make this a deck review. So thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoy. Like and subscribe, and of course, the thing that I like the most is when you guys comment and you talk to me about your products. You talk to me about your opinion. What did I do wrong? What do you think? Did I rate it too high, too low? Do you think that I was wrong? What is your opinion? That's what I like to hear, just to interact with you guys and talk about magic. So thank you very much for watching, and see everyone in the next review. Bye-bye.